All right, I'm back, and it's day 70. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. This music, oh wait, you know what? Let's do this. Okay. Welcome back. It's day 70. Yeah, so I've been doing this like I've been preparing for like an hour. I was trying to do this while baby boy is asleep, but he might wake up soon just because it took me a long time. But anyways, I decided today, first of all, since it's the 1st of August and this is the last stretch of the challenge. I want to try to get back to my live streams and get a live stream in for every day this month. At the end of the month is going to be 100 days, so I don't know how to celebrate yet, but we'll see. But right now what I was thinking about is I started thinking about it actually last week, probably getting my math caught up because not only am I interested in going to the theory of machine learning, but um, I'm going to be going back to school soon, like in the next couple of months. And I have to take some math prerequisites just because it's been so long since I took calculus. It's kind of weird to say, but I took calculus 1 in like 2008, 2009 or something like that. I took my calculus series when I first got to college. So, it's really rusty and I decided I'm really thinking that I want to start from algebra. Now, it might be overkill to a lot of people that this is the option that I'm going for. However, for me personally, I just feel like when it comes to my math, first of all, math is literally my favorite subject ever. Not I haven't always done well in math. I have had some times where I struggled with math, so it's not like, oh, I'm just perfect at it. No, but I've always loved math. I always liked the challenge in math. And I was actually really excited when I found out that AI and ML concepts were built on math concepts. Basically, the quintessential point in which I was really loving math was like once we started to get into matrix math and like linear algebra, differential equations, that kind of stuff. And then I never had a use for it. I'm not gonna say I never had a use for it, but I kind of never had a use for it, like practically applying those skills in particular. So yeah, I was excited when I first found out that that was the underlying concepts of AI and machine learning. But with that being said, it's really, really rusty for me. So that's why, long story short, I just feel like I want to start at algebra because it's a lot of stuff that I probably haven't done with algebra in a very long time. And anybody that knows, like, math is definitely something that builds on itself. So you don't just start you don't just start with like no foundation. So I'm going to dust off my algebra first before I go into calculus, because then that way I won't be sitting here trying to remember stuff. Like, I'm like, how long has it been since I had to factor equations or do any kind of complex math? It has been a long time. So I'm sure a lot of this stuff would be um it'll probably be easy to me because I do remember a lot of concepts. I do know how to do a lot of this stuff, but it's certain little things like factoring and quadratic formulas and stuff like that that I definitely do not remember. So I'm going to start here. My plan is like um I already went through all of the Khan Academy math classes and picked out the series that looks like the most appropriate for what I'm going for, which is basically the college math series. Or I should say, this is the engineering math series because I don't even know. I know in computer science you have to do discrete math, which overlaps some of these concepts, but I think only in engineering do you have to do like calc 1, calc 2, calc 3, linear and differential equations. At my school, when I was going to school at Wayne State, we had options. So if I was a math minor at the time, so I took linear algebra and I took differential equations when I was going through my series. I took them separately as two different classes. But all of my engineering friends who did their math requirements through engineering, they took a merged class. So it was one semester, linear and differential equations combined. But to me, I got a lot out of doing them separately. So I'm going to be going through the materials, the split classes individually. So I saw Khan Academy. They have a lot of good stuff on here. I thought about Khan Academy first just because I don't know. I've always thought about Khan Academy whenever it came to like some like high school and like early college um classes that are free and good quality. And I think they really have specialized around math. So I decided to go in here and look at what they had. Now I'm just going to go through this for a second because it's not a lot, but just to explain my thought process. So of course they have, if you've never been on Khan Academy, they have grade levels all the way starting from like beginning math before kids even start school. Which I'm going to be circling back to these because I have a 1 year old. But yeah, so they have a lot once it comes to high school math and college math. So for me, um high school math, I'm going to skip over that. When I was in high school, I went to a college prep school, so it was a public school in Detroit, but it was a college prep school, so we didn't take like just the basic series of requirements in school. We did have to take 4 years of math, which might not sound weird to some people, but I think there was only 3 years of math required when I was in school. But we had to take 4 years of math, and depending on how you did in math determines which class you took as a senior. But when I was a senior, I took pre-calculus. So I basically took this series. In high school I had algebra 1, and then which was basically we called it algebra 1 2, I would say. That was algebra 1 2. Um and then we had trig, I think. And then we had algebra. This is algebra 2, but it was algebra 3, 4, right? So we had algebra 1, then we had trig, then we had algebra 2, and then after that, you could either take probability and statistics. I think that was an option for some people, and then some of us took pre-calculus, and then some people took AP calculus. I don't know why I didn't take AP calculus, but whatever. I took pre-calculus coming out of high school. Then when I got to university, I didn't know if I what I wanted to do necessarily. I just knew I'm good at math, I'm good at music, and I decided to major in music and minor in math. So when I was minoring in math, when I first got to Wayne State, since I didn't take the AP test for calculus, I either had to start from a lower level math class or I had to take a placement test. So I took a placement test, and this is my freshman year. I took a placement test this summer. I can't remember if I took it in my freshman year. I don't think I took it like right. I didn't even take it straight out of high school. I took it like during my freshman year because so that I could take calculus in my freshman summer. So I took pre-calculus in high school, then I took a placement test like a year later, and I still placed into calculus. So when was at Wayne State as a freshman, I took Calc 1, then I took Calc 2, Calc 3. So Calc 1 is integral calculus. No, Calc 1 is differential calculus, I think. Calc 2 is integral calculus, and Calc 3 is multivariable calculus. So a lot of the math that I'm interested in covering or the skills I'm interested in recovering are around the calculus fundamentals, then linear algebra and differential equations, because linear algebra is like a lot of matrix math, and differential equations is a lot of from what I remember, like area under curves and stuff like that. So I don't know. This all does set a good foundation for me because I'm interested in machine learning. I want to start with the practical side of it as far as like actually putting it to work, practitioner level things. However, I want to get into theory. So to me, it's very helpful to go back and make sure my math is fresh. And then again, like I said, on top of that, I'm going back to school because I'm planning on pursuing a PhD. So I have to um I'm going into a computer science program in the next couple months, and I have to show that I can pass calculus because my calculus credit has to be within 5 years, which is no way. Like I said, I took these classes like straight out of high school, first few years of college, so it's been like a minute, which is kind of sad to say, but it's all good. So yeah, I've looked through these classes on Khan Academy, and one of the things that I hadn't noticed is they have some overlapping classes. So I just went through and compared them just to determine which ones I wanted to focus on. So let's see. Now, these are the ones I compared, right? Because basically everything up here is high school. Once you start to get down into like the AP slash college, this is where it crosses over. But I'm going to ignore the AP stuff because the AP stuff is, to me, this is for testing out of a class, but this is not necessarily something that I want to build on. Taking the AP test is very different than actually going into the college classes if you have to finish that whole series. So I want to actually get the thorough material. I am doing this college algebra. That one was pretty straightforward because the other algebras up here, I think these are high school algebra. From the way I read this, I think those are high school algebra. It's probably not that much of a difference, but I want to start with the college algebra, and then I'm probably going to do pre-calculus. I didn't open that one. I got algebra here. I should have opened this one. Pre-calculus I'm going to redo. I might not do, okay, so I'm going all over the place, but um I chose a college algebra, and then pre-calculus would be next. Then now these are where the differences lie because you have AP calculus, you have Calc 1 and Calc 2. Then you have the series like the differential, integral, multivariables down here. So this is also Calc 1. I compared this class to Calc 1. Calc 1 has more thorough material. It's the same class, but Calc 1 has more thorough material. So I chose Calc 1. This class, integral calculus, is the same thing. Integral calculus is the same thing as Calc 2, and you can even see from like the descriptions of the sections or the modules. Integral calculus and Calc 2 are the same class basically, but Calc 2 was more thorough. So I'm taking the orange series basically. College algebra, then Calc 1 and Calc 2. They don't have alternatives for the other three classes here, so I'm sticking with those. But Calc 1 and Calc 2 seems like they have some really like fleshed out versions of these. So that's why I'm picking those two, Calc 1, Calc 2 over differential and integral. But it's all the same thing. So yeah, so I have college algebra here, pre-calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2, and then once I'm done with Calc 2, this is technically Calc 3. If you take Calc 3 at the university, Calc 3 is multivariable calculus usually. So I got multivariable, differential equations, and then linear algebra. So those are now. I was gonna say some of these classes I'm going to take them online for credit. So even though I'll probably go through some of this, my main goal is just to go through algebra and probably pre-calculus. Um, I might go through the rest of them just depending on how I feel, but I have to take this class for credit anyway. So I rather switch over to the other platform I'm going to use. It's just that those will actually be paid. So it's like I think for the precursor classes, I'd rather just do these free ones. And then I'm going to activate my study.com membership probably this month, if not next month. Um, and probably the month of between August and September, I'm going to be looking through like the different classes I need to transfer in because I already been like in the admissions process. So I have to get my calculus requirement done. So this is kind of like my build up to that. And we shall see. We shall see. So today I'm going to probably just focus on this algebra. And I'm like really a nerd because I got school supplies. So I'm kind of weird, but when I was in school, I liked these notebooks. They're like who cares about my school supplies? Wait, how do I do this? Go here. Okay. Yeah, I used to like these notebooks when I was in college. So I went to the same freaking bookstore that I was going to when I was in school because I lived down the street from my old university. And I got notebooks. I did this like months ago though. It's just been sitting under my desk waiting for me to get my life together. Strike me as yes, I absolutely was that kid that was like, it's time to go back to school. We got some fresh school supplies. I got a new backpack. I got a new calculator. Like, Five Star had serious commercials. Yeah, they did. And I used to be like binder trapper keeper, but we went past trapper keepers. By the time I was in high school, college, we had like 3 ring binders, which was fine, but I never really liked 3 ring binders because I like to be able to just like fold the notebook over. So this was the best of both worlds with notebooks and 3 ring binders. It has like these little, I don't know if you've seen these before. You do this. Just, yeah. So the rings just like pop open like that, and then you can expand them out. So mine doesn't have that much paper in it. It has like probably it has two how much paper is in here? It has a 200 sheet capacity. If anybody is in the is in the is in the market for office supplies. And then did tell you how old this is, man. The little folders, you can put I think you can put like index cards and stuff in there. I almost thought it was a freaking CD sleeve though. So anyways, it has like folders and they have dividers that you can label. And then you got the transparent sheets like, oh, here go my class what you get in college, the syllabus, you could put the syllabus in here or like, make little dividers or whatever. So I really liked these. So I bought a couple. Floppy disk. Sorry, I went to school around the time, like when I was in high school, we still use floppy disks. I graduated in 2008 from high school. So yeah, we still use floppy disks back then, and that was like peak CD burning era. That was transitioning over to CD burners. Like a lot of people didn't have CD burners yet. You used one of these notebooks this week? I got a couple. I didn't know how many I wanted at the time, but I was this was at the time that I already decided to go back to school, like kind of like really really decided or started like I think probably around the time I applied cuz it was early like in the spring. So I got those. So I got a green one and a black one. The black one's in the back, but I got a green one and a black one and a white one. So I used to have like they have a ugly pink, but I used to always buy the pink ones. They didn't have any pink ones though. Otherwise, I would have got one. I'm waking baby boy up. Okay, I got engineering paper, y'all, because I'm an engineer. So um I remember having to do a lot of assignments on engineering paper. So I got myself some engineering paper. Plus it's 3 hole punched. So I can put some of these sheets in my notebooks as well. I can tell y'all when I bought this stuff. It was March. So yeah, I expected to be doing what I'm doing now back in the summer, earlier in the summer, but I'm just rolling with life. CDR, CDRW, yep. Read or read and write, right? Oh yeah, read only, rewritable. That was look, I would still burn CDs nowadays if it wasn't for the fact that we don't have the disk drives on our computers no more. I didn't open this yet. It got all the little math stuff in there, so because I need to do I definitely need to do trig again. I probably don't need to do trig again, but I might want to do trig again. Trig is like the one math that's just like why. But I think I only have to care. I like my trig was important when I was a engineering student because I was a mechanical engineering student. So you use trig for statics. Statics is like stress, stress on stress on different components in the system. Like say if you build in a house and you have the foundation to build the roof, you got to know how much stress you're putting on each limb or each area or each part of piece of material that you use. Okay, so I got a protractor in here and it's a freaking pencil sharpener. Ah, that's so funny. But yeah, most of this is mostly trig stuff. I ain't even gonna lie. This is a lot of trig stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna have to do that much, but I couldn't even remember at the time what all I was gonna have to do. I just know that if I touch trig, I need these. So, what is this? Oh, that's the protractor. This old school. Baby boy is up. Trig comes in handy for motion. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Because I've been an engineering person for the most part, so a lot like that's why we had to take so many more math classes than like typical computer science because you have to have like calculus is your foundation for physics. And then I was a mechanical engineering student, so motion obviously, I mean that's physics. And then what was another oh in mechanical you also have like fluid mechanics, so not just statics, like you know a stationary building but like fluid flow through a pipe for example, like all that kind of stuff. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm a little rusty on which classes were prereqs to what. I just remember that linear and differential equations was like something I never actually got to use and not like practically. And now I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I've been trying to do. Well, we probably used it for a little bit of something, but nothing major. I got mechanical pencils because I like mechanical pencils. And these are this is not the brand I always get. I don't think I got one on my desk. Oh, I do. This is the one. Are these the same? I don't know. I think this is a Bic. This one is a Bic, I think. This part broke off, but this one got the little eraser that do all that. Do anybody else care this much about my school supplies? I'm like a pencil, pen, marker, snob, so I do not. I'm serious about my pens. They didn't have the lead size I wanted because I usually use a point. Well, I guess for math, the point 0.7 is fine. I like a point 0.5, but point 0.7 is better. Point 0.5 is just a little finer. So anyways, yeah, I got some more pencils. They got extra leads, extra erasers, all that. I think that's it. So I figured, even though I probably do some stuff digital with like taking notes and books, it really makes sense to use actual hard covered notebooks or hard paper for like actually practicing problems and stuff like that. That was my justification to buy school supplies because I like it. So, anyways, but yeah, how's it going? How's everybody else doing? I gotta get this out. I'm trying to get the little tag off my paper so I can start writing. And let me know if the music is like too loud or whatever because it's okay for me, but I'm not sure what the balance is like right now. All right, so I'm going to start with the white notebook. And I need a pencil. But yeah, I was trying to get something similar to the pen I usually get, but they didn't have these. So they're pretty much the same. But the one that my old pencil, I think is a Bic. I can't see the name. It got two hearts. I think that's Bic. And this is Pentel. So I think they're similar versions. They're similar versions of each other. But they didn't have the big one, so meh. And my big pencil don't got no. I guess I could use this lead because this lead is 0.7 on here too. Yeah. If nothing else, I got backup lead for my old pencil. You want to get up? Baby boy is gonna get up and run around. But yeah, I hope I'm not the only person that used to love like school supplies going back to school. Only thing I hated in college was how much that shit cost. It was so expensive to be a student. It's crazy because I've been wanting to go back to school. Oh, I got post-it notes, obviously. Duh, of course, got to. It's a fresh pack. Um, but yeah, I've been I knew eventually I was gonna go back to school. I always knew that. But it was like a lot of the reason why I've waited so long is because it was just so much. Like it's very expensive. You got all these like freaking red tape to go through. It's just a lot. And then like doing any programs online, that was not a thing. Um it was like really looked down on before COVID, and then everybody had to have their school online, and now it's just literally a whole nother world. So I'm happy to see that things have changed or things have progressed, but it's crazy. That just blows my mind. I want to put like a video on Instagram. This boy. I'm about to get him out of his I'm about to get him out of his crib. Better now than before. It's a trade off. Okay, hold on, hold on. Say hi, everybody. All right, here. You can go play. Need a diaper? Goofy butt. You gonna play? Yeah. Did you have a good nap? Really? Mm-hmm. I know, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Came at the right time. You saw baby boy. His big butt. I was trying to let him take a nap. It took me like an hour to make a freaking YouTube thumbnail, so you know. But okay, let me go back to what you were saying, preacher. Have experience now and have more. Yeah, I do agree that I have a different mindset going back to school this time versus before. I feel like even at the point I'm at in my life now, even if I did face a lot of the same issues that I faced before, like systemically, I would have a completely different approach to how like just coming a lot of that. So I think I'm definitely in a way better mindset to do it now than before. So I mean that's the trade off. But yeah, how's it going, Boxy? How is your challenge going? I was gonna see if you popped into the channel eventually to give us an update because I know I've been struggling, but I'm just gonna keep going forward. Just keep going forward. Okay, so let me see. I just wanted to post this. Leave that alone. My computer over here overheating. I got all kind of stuff sitting on top of it. Okay. I'm literally okay. First of all, I do have to let y'all know I have been listening to this music that is playing. It's like a Moobert, I think. Moobert. I'm typing on the wrong computer. Is it M-U-B? Yeah, Moobert, Mubert, and I was going to go on here and see like what they had available, like if they had like just playlists I could play or something, because this is like AI generated music. But I found this. I saw Endless Streams beta, and I'm trying this. So this is the first time I'm trying it on stream. I was playing around with it yesterday, I think. The main reason I decided to do this is because, baby, main reason I had decided to do it is because I was gonna stream like because I was playing GTA this weekend. I was gonna stream that. Then I got into this whole like trying to have some background music. Like, if you play GTA, you gotta turn the radio off basically. Um but I was also like kind of tired of like stream beats is good, but stream beats is like lo-fi. I wasn't in a lo-fi mood. So this they have a couple other channels if you are subscribed. Thank you, baby. Thank you. He gives me like random little stuff that he finds. Um, but yeah, they had some stations, so I just tried the this is the it's not even on here no more. Maybe it's under Let's Play. Hard Underground Techno is what I'm listening to right now. It's a non-stop loop of uh music. So it's not like I can like change the tracks or nothing, but I like this as background music. AI generated music, yes. Started training for work every day and working a second job. Yeah, I that sounds like extremely stressful. Oh, Boxy, were you streaming recently too? Because I swear I saw you pop up and then I think I tried to go watch the stream, but you had already finished. And in the words of preacher, everything counts. So you already got work and another job. It's just even though it's not the things you wanted to focus on in particular, still give yourself credit for sure. Stream for an hour. Okay, yeah, because I was like, I saw it. I usually see email notifications because I'm that weirdo that like I actually see Twitch notifications in my email because I be in my email so much. And then when I went to, by the time I got there, it was probably like an hour and you had already ended. I was like, oh, everything counts. Everything counts. Um, so yeah, we just been chilling. Let's see what I've been working on. I had a class that I was teaching at the beginning of the month. I think. Yeah, they got done on the 16th, I want to say. So that kind of threw me off for July. I had that. I had a MVP developer training that we were running through June. So every week through June we did a training on how to use this tool called Adalo. It's a no code low code platform for building apps. So I did a training. I hosted a training for that, and then um some of the people who attended the training and got certified, as well as like myself and some others, we're now working with a cohort of founders with a it's a place here called Techtown, and Techtown helps like local people just build their businesses out, understand like entrepreneurship, and then they do help people in different segments. So they help people that want to get a brick and mortar. They help people that want to do like retail, even if it's not brick and mortar. And then they also help people who want to start tech businesses. So for us, we are more so under one of the tech programs. So what we do is, like, as developers, we come in and we get matched with a founder, and we'll work with them for 6 weeks, and we'll build out the MVP for their idea. um so the reason why we were doing training is because it's not a lot of people that have this particular skill set. So I've always been a developer with their program, but this last go around I trained some new folks that could possibly come in as developers. So I was doing training in June, and then at the beginning of the July I was teaching another project for one of the university boot camps that I do modules with. I swear, this boy, he gonna keep getting down, and then he gonna cry as soon as I put him down. But yeah. So then I was teaching at the beginning of the month, and then we started working with our founders for the MVP program last week, the week before last. Um, yeah, the week before last on Wednesday we had our first session, and then we had a all day Saturday developer day with our founders, and then um so this week is our third week with them, I think, on Wednesday. So yeah, it's been busy. I'm about to turn some baby stuff on for Justice. Okay. So he's living his best life. We're focusing on Python and JavaScript for work, so I'll be dabbling in what I want. Just right now, we're focusing on automation. So, what kind of work are y'all doing with automation, Boxy? I feel like that's one area of my software skills that I could I could benefit from doing a little bit more. I feel so fancy. I got my new notebook. I still haven't put my new desk together, but that's coming. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna work on that after I get off a stream today, because I was like, it's everything in my life right now is about making life easier, but also making transitions easier, because like I know. Get your butt from over there. Come on. Give me this. Come on. Come on. Come on. My bad. That moment when your baby is really a toddler. Like, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, doing more automation, probably. Sending out reports and automating, running promotions. Oh, you work for a bank? That's interesting. I've been seeing like some stuff on my LinkedIn from MasterCard. I'm like, I never thought about working for a credit card company. And it just goes to show you too, like lately, a lot of times people been like, oh, software, we're not gonna have no jobs no more because of AI and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, that's not the case. And then the other thing people have been saying is, um, oh, because a lot of big tech companies fired people that there's no jobs. And it's like, that's not true. Like, yes, I know Google and Amazon and Microsoft and Facebook is all like major companies to people, but like literally every other company that you can probably think of also needs software, even more so as we continue to move into the future. Banking is huge with needs for a database. There will always be people not wanting to move from legacy code. That's the surprising thing. Like, how many people still use legacy code? Like, certain systems that they swore, like, as soon as something better comes along, people are just going to change off of it. It's like, no. I remember they was trying to teach us mainframe in college. I'm like, what the heck is this? All right, so this is where I am today, y'all. Linear algebra. He still got a spoon. I don't know where he got this spoon from. This boy's so silly. His special spoon stash. It's okay. So, I had to run over here because I have like a shelf, and he always grabs stuff off the shelf. So I have to like block that area off. But I always forget to block it when he gets down. That's why I had to run over there because he's like about to just grab stuff off the shelf. He's such a big boy now though. He can just like get down and play. So, um, I'm gonna save this somewhere. Let's put this on the Notion board. Am I on my screen? Yeah. And it occurred to me like I'm actually excited that I'm going back through math because I know this is a barrier to a lot of people. Like, a lot of people feel some type of way about math, and I understand. I get it. The sucky part about math, this math is the thing that all like kind of sparked me initially, like having an opinion about how education is done, because math is the one area here. This boy want a sticky note. Math is the one area where a lot of people struggle because they don't have good foundations, and it's not their fault. Like, um, it starts so early. I used to work with this program called Seek, the Summer Engineering Experience for Kids. And this is through NSBE, National Society of Black Engineers. This is an amazing program, by the way. So if you know anybody that is interested in this, or they have one in your city, I highly recommend it. It is third through fifth grade. The programs are third through fifth grade. What happens is, oh, they have, dang, I could have went and volunteered. But yeah, the programs are third through fifth grade. They've changed the material a little since I used to do this program. But it always was based on 3 weeks of projects. So what they'll do is they'll have the kids come in, and for a week straight they'll learn one particular toy or build one project. So they usually, when I was doing it, they built a glider. They built um a car. Trying to think what the other one was, but it was three different projects. Now they have a coding one, a robotics one, and a drone one. And the reason why this program was centered around third through fifth grade, the reason why was because when they were researching into like when do kids start to fall off in math, it's like literally around third through fifth grade, where kids start deciding if they either are good at math or not, and start to like feel bad about their skills, and like that's where the downward slope comes. That's so early. That's so early in life. Like in elementary school, it could be determined in elementary school whether you will pursue anything math related or have any confidence in math. Like so that really got me going when I was younger, and I always hated to see math teachers who were not really necessarily good math teachers, like having people memorize stuff instead of teaching them the concepts, basically. And I saw a lot of that. I felt like I was always good at math because I always had a good math teacher. Even once I got to college, I got into this calculus program that was called Emerging Scholars Program. Though the teachers that taught with that program were like literally great teachers. They were enthusiastic, they were, compassionate, but they will also push you and challenge you, and they would meet people where they are. And I always had good math teachers. I cannot think of one bad math teacher I ever had. So I'm like, I can't necessarily say, oh, I'm just good at math. No, I feel like it's because I always had the right foundation. So I don't know. I always got on the I would get on the soapbox about that in a minute. But it had occurred to me, like, because I'm on the whole, like, I always help people learn things that I'm learning. This is not an area I've actually worked on in a very long time. So I've never, like, I've done like math stuff for small kids, but I've never done like algebra or calculus or linear or anything like that as far as like educational resources. So I'm actually excited because I feel like this is an opportunity for me to help demystify this realm a little bit more as well. Um yeah, so that was like a long spill, but this is Seek is a summer engineering experience for kids, and it is an engineering program that helps kids like kind of get exposed to engineering and learn more about math and science. Um they do this every summer, and they pick specific cities that they go to. And this one in particular is definitely um they definitely want to like inspire black kids to study STEM careers. So usually they'll come to like, baby. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, usually they'll come to specific cities with that in mind. So like Detroit obviously is like a predominantly black city. So we have a seat camp. Um let's see, where did they go this year? And the program is free too. It's a 3-week program. Um and then what'll happen is usually whichever cities they go to, they end up partnering with like the school district. So we'll have like some of the schools in that city, use some of the schools in that city for the few weeks of the program. Um, where was I? Dang, I was looking at. This boy is so goofy. What? Um, if you want to get down, get down. Why you keep crawling up here? Where is it? Frequently asked questions, I guess. Oh, I wanted to see the schedule. This year they did Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, Detroit, DC, and San Diego. All right. So yeah, seek seek.nsbe.org. Love that program. Um I've been a mentor a couple of years. What happens is like they hire mentors to work through the program. So most of the mentors, baby, you don't gotta do that. Most of the mentors are they're college students. So you have college NSB students, college engineering students that are going into the schools and working with the kids for the summer. Did I put it in a, yeah, I did. Okay. Seek.nsbe.org. It's nowhere near New York. Um, I wonder if they have ever gone to New York. Because I mean, like Nesby is a nonprofit in general. Um, so they usually partner. They have like some sponsorships, and then um, see, which cities do we have like the most need in, and then also that we could support. So, like they've been to other cities before, but some of these are staples. Like Detroit has been a city for a while. DC is like the first city because Nesby's headquarters is in Virginia. So the first seat camp was in DC, if I'm not mistaken. So they always have a DC camp. Detroit, we've had Detroit camps for almost 10 years probably. Chicago was newer than Detroit, and Atlanta. Houston has been around for a minute though, I think, and San Diego has been a city for a while. But when one summer when I was a site leader for this program, I ran an all girls camp in Jackson, Mississippi. So it just depends on the year and the resources and everything. And I'm sure that they're probably always open to hearing from folks who want to see the program come to their area or could help support the program coming to their area. Because, like I said, it's free for the mentors get paid, but it's free for the students to attend. So, and then they have all the materials as well. Like I remember the year when I did the camp in Jackson, we had like we had like perfume brands and um like we had some very specific sponsors. We had like more traditional like female brand sponsors. So like even though all the camps typically did the same projects, we did I can't remember which company we got our materials from, but like everybody would build like a little toy car, everybody would build a glider, and I can't remember what the third one was. But when I did the all girls camp, they got to make perfume. Um, they had some different projects because they had specific sponsors. So they learned a lot like more chemical engineering and stuff like that, which was cool. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna be on algebra. I mean, I'm assuming I could speed run this, but not necessarily. See, look, he's sleepy. He got up from his nap too early. Okay, so instead of doing that, let me see. Let me log in. What is clever? All right, so I'm gonna go to the bottom and do the start the course. Wait, is this at the end? Maybe that's supposed to be at the end. Never mind. I'm gonna start at the top. I thought that was like a pre-course type of thing. So Khan Academy does have videos and then quizzes, I think. Oh, baby. I'm trying to get comfortable. Oh, I know what I said I was gonna do before we start. Do I got Notion on here? He hear me snapping. He knows how to snap and clap. Goofy butt. Ow. Okay, so y'all don't really need to see all that. Let's go here. Here. I'm gonna do the heck is that? Is my Twitch open still? Yeah, somebody rated somebody. Oh no, I had Twitch open in the background. Somebody else's Twitch. I had forgot to close it when I started my stream, and then I just heard somebody start yelling. Like, what the heck is that? College algebra and then pre-calculus. And then calculus. One is it integrals and then differentiation? I think. No, derivative. No, differential and then integral. And then calc 3 is called. That is. Why can I not spell calculus? What's happening? Calculus. Okay. Calculus 3 is multi variable. Differential integral. Then okay. Wish I had a pillow for him. All right, so that way I might break it out into a I might break it out into a page in the future, but for now this is good. Differential precalculus. Baby, chill. Here. I know, right? And then I can close these tabs. I know, right? I've been having fun with this Notion board. I haven't done everything that I want to do with it, but um I'm starting to kind of like I'm thinking about converting it more into like a blog style. So, for example, this is one I'm working on right now. I haven't got a chance to do everything I wanted to do to this page, but it got me to thinking. Like at first I was just taking notes. Um but I think what I'm going to do like the final draft of this page is that I actually want to kind of like blog here. Like make an article, you know, set up like talk a little bit about why I created this page, um what I learned, and then actually give the process for going through a paper, because that's what this is about, the process for going through a paper, the recommended process, depending on what your needs are. And then I'm even like working on this little flow chart that'll have like a visual, so I'm playing around with it. But yeah, I was like, I wanted to, it's gonna be more than just the notes I took. I'm gonna actually write some supporting material around it, so like if somebody comes here, you know, they can have something to read through and understand um what this is useful for, and then how to apply it. So I'll probably continue to, that is randomly a lot of the stuff that doesn't have a location yet is like at the bottom of the AIML Hub page. So yeah, so some of these, like for example, this math resources, this one right here, I'll probably break it into a its own page eventually. But I like Notion because it's flexible. Like it's like I can keep evolving it over time. And I am gonna drop the link. I got a publish link right here. What I need to do is make a bit.ly link for it. And it's pinned in our Discord. It's pinned in, should be pinned in the AIML channel. Yeah, the it's pinned in the AIML channel. If anybody wants to get that Discord. You know what's crazy? I have to fix this because I don't know how. I have to fix it so that I can get my stuff to show up in YouTube chat. You know what? In YouTube, I'm gonna put it in the description. Okay. Wow, this is annoying. Go away. Discord.gg. Okay, so I did put, instead of putting a link in the YouTube chat, I put the link into the video description on YouTube. So if you watch on YouTube and you want to join Discord, you can find the link in the description. That's the link to Discord, but the link to the AI ML Hub is inside of Discord as well. It's in our AI ML channel. Integral calculus is Calc 2. This boy decided to wake his butt up early. Differential equations. But yeah, we were talking earlier about like the idea of just going back to school. I'm just like, I'm excited, and that's a good thing because I was super burnt out when I left school. Um and for those that don't know, like I basically I basically left school and did a boot camp and like went into software like that. So but I was a engineering student back then, and I was a senior too, so I only had like a year of school left. But it was just so many issues I was going through that was super unnecessary, but that just was life, like having to deal with like financial aid, always taking my money for school, it just disappearing off the system, or it taking forever to get financial aid on the system. Just a lot of different weirdness that I had to go through, or my financial aid messing up whether I could register for classes or not. And then at one point, I had to take off from school. I had to take incompletes due to my mental health. I ended up actually having to take incompletes one semester. And the effed up part about it is that when I came back to school the next semester, first of all, you usually have a year on your incompletes. So you end up having two possible semesters to make it up. But it depends on when you took an incomplete during the school year. So because I took an incomplete at the end of my year, I only had until I only had one semester to make up all of my incompletes. I had four incompletes. I had a full load of classes, so I had an incomplete in all my classes. And then when I came back to school in the fall, I would have had to make up all those classes in the fall. But not only did I have incompletes, but in order to even be registered for school, I had to have like my official full load of classes. So I had a full load of classes that I was officially registered for. And then in addition to that, I still had a full load of classes that I had incompletes on. And I couldn't break them up because they had to get done by the end of that year. Then on top of that, um basically every teacher I had an incomplete in wanted me to redo their class. Like they literally wanted me to sit in on the class from the beginning of the semester. So 8 classes basically. That's how it was. I had 4 official classes and 4 unofficial classes. Yeah, needless to say, that was like already a recipe for disaster. 24 credits. You can't even register for 24 credits as a student. But yeah, so that it just was it was just always something. And then I ended up realizing like, oh, okay, I end up realizing like I could just take a boot camp and learn what I need to learn on my own and go about my own route. Here, baby. And that ended up working out really well. But I was a senior at the time, so With COVID, you had to homeschool. Yeah, I'm the same, Boxy. I was basically like, at that point. Once I was able to transition a different way, um, I didn't have a need to go back to school at the time. Now, I have always been interested in doing research, and I have always, thought that in the long term, I would like to teach and work in academia. So I knew that I would probably come back to it someday. Um, but I really would have liked it to have been a little bit sooner than now. But it's just it was always even a headache just trying to get back in, and then knowing that I like now I'm a full time working adult and I have to fit that around school and everything, and online versions of classes and everything was just not really a thing before COVID. So now that we are in our post pandemic world, yeah, it's very different. So I found a lot has changed. That makes it a lot more, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a lot more practical. I don't know. So, um, I have been looking into online programs, and it was really hard to find an online program for computer science. Back when I first got into tech, but now they have like a couple of really like tried and trues. Um, so that's what I'm looking into, and then, or that's what I'm gonna do to finish up my bachelor's program. That's why I have to do a calculus class in order to get admitted to the computer science program. That's for WGU. I have to do my calculus credit because my calculus credits are way too old. Also, I would just do calculus again anyway because I know that that is like a crucial fundamental piece of like the ML theory in particular. So my plan is, baby, okay, it's okay. You sleepy? I know you sleepy. But yeah, my plan is to finish the WGU Bachelor's of Computer Science. I want that foundation, and then next year I'm going to apply to Georgia Tech's online masters in computer science. That's the OMSCS. Which I've been eyeing. The OMSCS program is about 10 years old now. I've been eyeing that one for a minute, but also probably back in like 2021ish when I was doing 100 Days of Code on Twitch before, I remember I met one guy. He was a PhD in computer science, and he was like, he randomly recommended that the Georgia Tech OMSCS program, and I'm like, he was like, oh, that, have you thought about that program, because that would be like a good transition program to apply to PhD. So that was kind of like even more of a confirmation for me, and that was even like what, 3 years ago now, 2 3 years ago. So yeah, I want, and I've seen a lot of people have success going from like getting admitted into the OMSCS program from WGU. So I'm going into WGU this fall, but I have some prereqs I gotta finish up, and then I'm applying to OMSCS in March. If not March, they have admittance twice a year now. But I think I'll be done with my bachelor's, and by the time um you have to apply for the OMSCS program. So in March I'll apply to OMSCS, and then after that I can focus on like a PhD program. But I also think OMSCS would be ideal for me because they do have the option to take I think you can do a thesis option for people that are planning to go more PhD route than industry. It's obviously a top a top tier computer science program, and I think it will like, I'm expecting it to prepare me for the rigor of the PhD program because I have like some specific schools in mind. I have some Baby, you don't gotta yell at them. I have some top some like top 10, top 20 schools on my list. So yeah, I think what better way to prep than Georgia Tech? Georgia Tech is a great program. Plus, it's very affordable, and I can do the masters online, which is my biggest thing. Once it's time to go into a PhD program, I have to decide what school. I mean, obviously, a school has to accept me as well, but I have to decide what school, and I might end up having to move for a PhD program depending on the school. And so I'm thinking that, like, timeline wise, um, around the time that my son would start school is when I want to be starting my PhD program. And it's so interesting to even be at a point in life where I'm like thinking about stuff that takes like 3, 4, 5 years to do, 6 years down the line. Like when you're in college, you think about it like that. But I feel like in the past few years of my career, it hasn't been a lot of like that kind of thought process. But it's nice. It reminds me of that article that we had. Preacher had posted it. It was take yourself teach yourself to code in 10 years. Um, I keep thinking about that article because I'm like, yeah, at some point, once I transitioned out of the university and like got into working, especially starting out my career as a boot camp grad, you really don't think in long term spurts. You think like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, maybe two. Like, if you even if you think about a 2 year goal, like, I don't think it just kind of, I feel like we speed run a lot of stuff and some things just take time. So, it actually feels a little bit relieving, but it's still kind of scary because it's like, okay, so if I'm 33 now, I can have a PhD by the time I'm 40 or even sooner, but it takes time. It's not like oh, I'll be done with PhD next year. Here, but you just kicking stuff. All right, let's see. So there's math. All right. I think I put everything on here so I can close this. I can close this. I do want to see what their AI tool is capable of. Conmigo or something like that. Dang it. It's not going to show me anymore. There it is. Let's see what they talking about. Okay. That boy took a full tumble. I just felt the rumble behind me. That was my first time watching that. But yeah, I definitely want to try to get access to this. Okay, I'm gonna try to sign up for that later. All right, we are going to see these have videos, so I'm going to try to give myself some space. Thing about babies is they only want to be on you when they know you need your hands. Well, maybe not the babies. I'll say toddlers because baby boy is in his toddler phase now. He's also going to want to kick my book all over the desk. No, you can't have it, baby. That's my pencil. Okay. I can't wait to put my desk together though. I was saying that earlier. I decided to make my life easier. I don't have to take down my first desk in order to put up my second desk. I'm going to um I'm going to put my other desk up and then transfer my stuff over. Then I could take my old desk down. All right. Stop. Do they have like an intro or it just goes straight? Distribute the. So can I just do the exercise? Let's see. Solve for E. Here, let me put the music on. I'm gonna Spooky Visions. Welcome in. How's it going? What I'm gonna try to do is see if I can just do the activities for the most part, and then if I need to, I'll go back and watch. Stop. 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 I didn't think so. 6 times -2g minus 1. Yes, I know how to distribute. I got that wrong. Stop. Stop. 6 times negative 2g minus 1 negative. Oh, I forgot to distribute the negative on the 2. It's minus 2. Up. You getting down? You gone? If I was not sitting here doing this, he would not care. Stop. I know, but that's not a toy. This pillow. I wish it would stay down. All right. See. Funny story. When I was like, I don't even know if I was in school yet. I had to be in first grade, maybe kindergarten. My dad gave me a math book. He gave me I think it had to be an algebra book. And the craziest part is not even that my dad gave me an algebra book when I was 5. Is that I literally used to be sitting there studying that book like I was about to figure out everything in that book. But fast forward into the future, math became my favorite subject, and I always was really good at math. So I don't know. Maybe there was a correlation between the two. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. What I'm talking about? Build that portfolio. I bet you that's what I was talking about. Anyways, hold on. I try not to be a savage nowadays, y'all. And I legit have a I got a coaster. I got this Dell coaster from where was I at? CubeCon and Cloud Native Con. They had it they had it here in Detroit in the fall. And you walk the floor in the expo hall and people give out stuff, and I have two of those freaking Dell coasters, and they were just sitting around it, and I was like, maybe I should use a coaster at my desk instead of letting it get soaked where all my electronics are. So I feel real fancy about that. All right, let me see. This week is crawl walk run. It's a crawl walk run week this week, and I don't know what to talk about yet. I'm gonna figure it out though, because this last episode, a lot of people have been asking me like how to get a job, how to get a job, how to get a job. So I worked on some stuff about that, but I haven't thought about what I'm gonna talk about this week. All right, did I do this one? No. One thing that's nice too, I haven't finished putting my new desk together, but I- obviously, as you can see, I got my chair, and that is like a game changer. Because I was sitting in this old dining room chair, super uncomfortable, like wooden chair that's so old. It used to be like my uncle's, and he passed away. My mom got it from him, and I don't even know. Just because it was my uncle's, I wouldn't be surprised if that chair is older than me. But that, yeah, my back was like killing me. 7 times 0.5 is 3.5, right? Did I get a calculator? Hmm. Did I decide to use a computer for a calculator? I'm gonna have to figure that out because usually by the time you get to calculus, you need a graphing calculator like a TI-83. And I definitely don't have my graphing calculator anymore. RIP. What do we still use TI-83s or what? That is a TI-84 plus. That one look nice and fancy. This the TI-84 if you was fancy. And then where's the TI-83 though? I might need that for calculus. Probably need it for calculus. Unless I decide to just use like the computer, but I mean, I'm even doing my like problems on paper. I don't like relying on computers for something like that. 104. Basically $100. I want a pink one though. I always wanted a pink one. Not that one. This looked like my old Dear Diary. It's like the same color as my Dear Diary. That is a TI 84 though. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know. They make them in like they look so. I feel like a nerd for saying that the calculator looked cool, but we only had gray and like a greenish color. This the pink one I'm talking about. But that purple one looked like my old Dear Diary. I may have to get one of those. I want to open. Hold on. I want to open Amazon, but I don't want to put my all my business out there. Um, this green one. Is this the this back market? Oh, I can get one on back market. Hold on. Okay, so I used back market earlier this year to get a refurbished MacBook because I was like, am I about to spend 5,000? I mean, not 5,000, but $1,000 or more on the computer? It's not gonna come off. Okay. This boy is so funny. Anyways, yeah, so I bought my MacBook Pro. I bought a 2019 MacBook Pro on here. Um, I didn't know they had calculators. And this is a TI 83. See, this is the style we had, but we didn't have no clear case like this. I like this green one. Here, they got a whole section on back market. Ooh, I never used Casio. I wouldn't feel comfortable, even though that's cute. Oh, here go the TI 84, the pink one. This the old one though. This the one, that color right there. That's the one I was thinking about. I guess I'm getting one on back market. Then this is the other one. This is the one right here though. This one looked like, let me show you what I'm talking about. See, Dear Diary toy. I used to get these for like every year for Christmas. That tell you what kind of kid I was. I got a freaking organizer, electronic organizer for Christmas when I was a kid. I ain't had no life. I ain't had nothing to organize. I had this one right here. Um, this how they look on the inside. And then the best one was when they did the Gigapets crossover. Oh, that's actually a Casio. I didn't know Casio made these, but Giga. That's the best one right here. It was a Gigapet. It was their diary with Gigapet. Um, literally the worst, most distracting thing ever for like a freaking 9-year-old. What year did this come out? 1997. Okay, for a 7-year-old. I wish I still had mine. Anyways, so that's kind of a vibe. That purple one. It matched the old school Dear Diary. This one right here. Because I'm that kind of nerd that's like cares about this, I guess. um Pre-algebra, algebra 1 and 2, geometry, statistics, calc, biochem, physics, business and finance. And this one also has programming. I never used programming features on a calculator. Oh, this one's upgradable as well. Okay. This one is in excellent condition, includes slide cover. So the thing about back market is each listing that you see is a actual individual listing. So oh, I don't know how to do that. Oh dang, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, each one of these is an individual listing from a specific refurbisher. So whichever one you see, like if you see something that you want on there, you have to get that specific item. I was going to put, oh, I'm not signed in. Can I be signed in? I have a password. So yeah, I ordered a MacBook. That's not what I was looking for though. Here. Referral thingy. Because you get like $10 off if you do that. But yeah, they have good computers and whatnot. So highly recommend. If you want to look, I'm planning on probably getting some more ear headphones from here too. And I want to get a Apple Watch. It's certain things that I'm like, why do I have to buy these brand new? Like, it kind of starts to bother me when I realize where is all the computer waste going? I don't know. But I was not expecting this. So I can get a discount on the computer. I mean on a calculator. All right, so I'm gonna order one probably by the end of the month. I don't know the difference between these two. I know this calculator because we had these when I was in school. And then is it an oh, this is the second page. I don't see the old version. We had this is the TI-83 that we used, but just not with a clear shell. So that was usually the one. This is it right here. This is a gray one. This the old school right here. So I was planning on just getting one of those. But now they got the cute calculators. I might have to get one of those. I don't know. All right. At least I have a plan for that. Let me finish this problem. I'm scared to look back. Baby boy might start tripping again. He chilling right now. 5D equals 5D equals 1. I'm high key hungry and I don't even know why. Like I ate earlier and I was still hungry after I ate. I did that wrong. Oh, I think I missed yeah, I missed a negative sign. Wait. Oh, I checked it. Okay. Number of solutions to equations. When you can have multiple solutions? Yeah, because the x's factor out too. 1 equals 1. It's really one is equal to one. Why would you subtract? Wait, that was another video? Oh. Alright. Just realized I was talking to myself the whole time, but I was just saying I'm glad I did grab some engineering paper because I wasn't sure at what point I was gonna start doing graphing, but it's like not necessary. It's not like a requirement, but it's really nice to have some form of paper that you can easily draw axes on. So to me, it was like first nature to not just buy regular notebook paper, but also have the graphing paper. So that's why I like these notebooks because I just put the graphing paper on the rings. I could just stick it on the rings with the rest of the paper. Thank you for following Square Mo. Welcome in. Squared Mo, excuse me. I'm gonna let him finish talking, but I'm gonna skip to the problems. Where where my little nerd box go? Okay. I don't know if I need to watch another video on this. Let's go to the exercises and then we'll see if I need to go back. Which ordered pair is a solution? Three times three plus um, two. This one. Oh wait, dang. The first one was 211. 211, and then the other one was 313. So 211 was the solution. All right. Um, y equals 4x plus 9. And then negative 3, 3. Negative 2, 2. Well, that's neither. Which ordered pair? All right, so this is just all solutions. Okay, I'm still on unit 1, but it's not too bad. That's nice. Interpreting points. What do they want me to know? Like I can't actually see above the info that was at the top anymore. Um, this is her total. This is how much she can afford, right? And this is how much the actual amount she can have. Which one is which? She needs 80 kilograms. So she needs at least 80 kilograms of beans, and she can't spend more than $220. So point C, point C is over her budget, right? Dang, it's 5:30 already. This No, all of these, everything on this line is within her budget. But it's more beans than she needs, right? Way more than she need. 95. So point D is the right number of, it's the right amount of beans or the right weight of beans. And she's spending less money than she needs to, right? Point F doesn't satisfy any constraints. Point E is perfect mixture. So if it's under here, under both lines, and it's not going to meet the minimum order. If it's on this side, it's going to be over budget. If it's, this part is over budget and over the amount of the order. This part down here is, this part down here is over budget. It's the right amount of beans, but it's over budget. Then this point, this part of the graph right here is like under budget, but meets the minimum order. Anything that's within this triangle here. All right, I'm gonna try to finish these questions on this unit, and then I'm gonna have dinner, and I have a meeting at 6 o'clock. So, kind of sucks because I might actually. I don't know if I will keep streaming tonight, but I'm probably try to work through the rest of this tonight. So we shall see. Um. Okay, now I have graph paper. Okay, China and Josiah started skating at the same time in the same direction, but Josiah had a head start 10 meters past the starting line. China get 3 meters per second. All right, so since Josiah started 10 meters before China, Josiah's line is pink and China's line is blue. But China is skating faster. So point I is where China is still behind Josiah in distance. China's distance from the starting line at the time when she is behind Josiah. Josiah's distance from the starting line at a time when he is behind China. C is when they catch up. Stop. Goofy boy. And then D is when China is ahead. So this one is A. So I don't know, China or Shayna or China, I don't know. But uh C is behind at this point. And J is ahead. This point in the middle is where C catches up to J, and then anything past this, C is in the lead. Casper has whipping cream that's 18% butterfat and some milk that is 4% butterfat. He wants to make a 500 milliliter mixture of them that is 12% butterfat. Here is a graph that shows a system of equations where X is the volume of whipping cream and Y is the volume of milk. Line A is where the butterfat percentage plus that's where the butterfat, yeah, this is the butterfat percentage in the, well, they're both butterfat. This is where the whipping cream and the milk butterfat is equal to 12% of the mixture. So this is where the butterfat percentage is um the right butterfat percentage on the pink line, the right volume on the blue line. So L is neither, is not enough see right? That's 300 and that's uh, mm, 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 400 and 100. Okay. Yeah, so that's not enough. The volume is not enough of the mixture that you need, but then it is over I think that's over the butter fat percentage, that over 12%. It has less than the intended volume and more than the intended butter fat, right? Less than the intended volume, more than the intended butter fat. What does R represent? Aiden wants to get a subscription to an online library. One subscription charges $96 annually. The other charges $3 per book. So the blue one is the annual library, and the pink is the per book subscription. So R is the point at which both of the subscriptions are equal for the year. Well, this one doesn't. It's not necessarily for the year because the $3 one doesn't say anything about a year. But it's basically the point at which both subscriptions would be equal. So he would want to borrow whatever this intersect 30 96 uh 32. If he gets 32 books. So if he goes over 32 books, then it's better for him to get the yearly. So a number of books and their cost, where the subscription with the annual fees cost less. It's where they are the same. A number of books and their cost where both subscriptions cost the same. Okay, this is the last one I think for this unit. Marcelina uses a blend of white corn and yellow corn to make tortilla chips at her restaurant. She needs to buy 50 kilograms of corn in total. White corn is 30 cents per kilogram. Yellow is 15 per kilogram. She wants to spend $12. So line A is on budget. Line B is giving her the right that's giving her the right amount of corn. So line D is under budget with the right amount of corn, right? No, yeah, under budget with the right amount of corn. 10 and 4 these, yeah. Under budget with the right amount of corn. Less than the intended amount and the correct amount of corn. Okay. Oh, I got a quiz. All right. Okay, so I guess this is all still in unit 1. But yeah, I have a meeting in like 7 minutes and I need to make dinner. So I'm gonna stop here for now. I'm not gonna say for today. I will see because I was thinking I had a work tonight, but that's tomorrow night. So I'll see how I feel. But it's time for me and baby boy to have dinner. And then I have to meet with one of my clients in like a few minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up here. But I will definitely be trying to get in one stream a day for the rest of the month. However, it is my goal to extend my streams after the end of this month. Not more so for the streaming purposes, but more so because by the end of the month, my goal is to be studying regularly and um 3 hours a day ain't gonna cut it honestly, based on me going back to school and everything. So I'm trying to do at least one session every day for the rest of the month. And then once I move into September, I want to be studying for a longer period of time. So I'll probably do like a morning and an afternoon or something like that. But I think once I can go back through with the new schedule that I have and see like where my core working time will be, then that'll make it easier for me to figure out in September like where I'm going to fit my extra study block in. But yeah, so I appreciate it for the folks that came and hung out and followed. I will be back, sometime tonight or tomorrow, and we're going to do this every day for the rest of the month. So again, today was day 70. August 31st is going to be 100 days. So I'm excited about that. I appreciate all the support, and I think so far I like the Khan Academy. Let me just say that it's pretty straightforward, and then it kind of gets to the quizzes very quickly. So I can't really complain about it so far. I like it, and I'm going to go ahead and try to finish this algebra and probably the pre-calculus this week. It shouldn't take me more than this week to finish it based on what I'm seeing now, but we shall see. So that's my goal right now. And maybe tomorrow I'll sit down and iron out exactly what the rest of my goals are, update my goals for the end of the challenge, because I need to fit some stuff in that's going to help me get enrolled in school. Probably between September and October, I want to get enrolled. So, yeah, I'll be back. And let's see, is it anybody I can like? What's happening on Twitch? Maybe there's somebody I can rate right now. What are they doing? We'll just go rate CM Griffin. So let's do this. CM Griffin. All right, so the Twitch rate is going to go over to CM Griffin, and I will see y'all soon.